Hey guys, in this video we'll talk about process costing. Okay, so what is process costing? Process costing is a type of operation costing which is used to ascertain the cost of a product at each process or stage of manufacture. The word process itself suggests that there is a process or a stepwise sequence or method of doing something. Now, a common example of an industry where process costing may be applied is your sugar manufacturing industry. The preparation of sugar starts with a process, where the process starts with cane shredding. That is, cane is cut into pieces through milling machine. Then your milling, where the pieces pass through rollers to extract the juice. Then your heating, where extracted juice is heated, and then clarification, evaporation, separation, spinning, and finally drying. The process is very long, but this is how it is. In this topic, you will learn how to prepare this process account. The number of process depends, process 1, process 2, process 3 and so on. Then you have to prepare normal loss account, then abnormal loss account, your abnormal effective gain account, and last but not the least, your costing P&L account. We'll discuss all this separately. Okay, now we'll start with the process account. The format is here in front of you, the process 1 account. These expenses, all these direct expenses, your unit introduced, material, labor, overheads, all these direct expenses appear on the debit side of the process account. And the losses like your normal loss or abnormal loss, your closing stock and the sales, they are credited. And if there is any abnormal gain, it will be debited. We'll discuss it in process 2 account. But here there is an abnormal loss because only one can be happened. Either it will be abnormal loss or abnormal gain. So in process 1 there is abnormal loss. You can see here normal loss, abnormal loss, and the stock we have transferred to process 2 account. After process 1 account, we have to prepare process 2 account, in which firstly you have to carry the transfer to process 2. It will be transferred here to transfer from process 1. From process 1 we are transferring this to process 2. Then simply like we did in process 1 account, we'll debit all the direct expenses to material, to labor, to overheads, all that. Then all this your losses, normal loss. Here we do not incur any abnormal loss in process 2, that is why and we have abnormal gain, so it will be written here on the debit side to abnormal gain. There is no abnormal loss. And then we'll transfer again the closing stock to process 3 account. And if there is any sale, so we'll write it in buy sales in the credit side. Also, this your balancing figure will come in the 2 P&L account. Suppose now let's moving forward to your process 3 account. Let's suppose there is only 3 processes. Then in the last process there will be no transfer of output. In first and second process we have transferred the output from 1 to 2 and 2 to 3. Now third one is the last one, so we do not need to transfer any output. So we'll do it to transfer from process 2 whatever we have transferred. Then material, labor, overheads. After that your normal loss will be written here, and if there is abnormal gain it will be written here, and abnormal loss will be written here. There will be no transfer. And if there is any sales, we'll write it in buy sales here. And if there is any balancing figure, it will be written in 2 P&L account or here buy P&L account. It depends, wherever the balancing figure comes, we'll write it there in the P&L account. We'll see the calculations when we do the question based on process costing. So you just understand the format right now. Don't think about the calculations. Let's discuss normal cost, normal loss. Normal loss, what is it? Normal losses are those which we cannot stop. These are your natural wastage. Here is the format. You can see normal loss account. Here on the debit side, we'll write the normal loss of process 1, process 2, process 3. You can see on the debit side to process 1 account, to process 2 account and to process 3 account. The units of normal loss, suppose we have incurred a normal loss of 6,000 units. So, and if we sell those units, so at what amount these are sold? These are generally sold in the scrap value. This scrap value will be given in the question. On the credit side, we'll write the value at which they are sold. You can see here by sale of scrap, process 1, process 2, process 3. And if there is any abnormal gain, it will also be written on the credit side. Now, why do we write abnormal gain on your credit side? Suppose we have 100 units of abnormal gain. Now, this abnormal gain of 100 units had been the normal loss. Then we would have got some value for it. Now, because it is not your abnormal loss, but actually it is abnormal gain, so we will not get anything in the scrap value. But due to abnormal gain, we lost this value and it will be written here in the credit side. I am explaining this part again to you because we have abnormal gain. Now, due to this abnormal gain, we have lost the value which we would get if we sell it on the scrap value. So that is why it will be written here. So that is how we make normal loss account. Now let's move forward to abnormal loss. What is abnormal loss? All those losses which happen due to abnormal reasons are called abnormal losses. For example, suppose a careless worker, there is a careless worker and 5 units wasted during production. Due to a careless worker, 5 units wasted during production.